Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nurul Huda Abdul Rahman, representing my team to present an article entitled A Proposed Competency Model for Cash Waqf Manager in Malaysia and Indonesia. Let's remind ourselves on the verse in Al-Quran, Surah Al-Hadid, verse 18. Indeed, those men and women who give in charity and lend to Allah a good loan will have it multiplied for them, and they will have an honorable reward. The verse can be related to Islamic social finance and Waqf. So this is the table of content. It begins with introduction and then problem statement, literature review, discussion, and conclusion. By no means shall you attain al-bir unless you spend of that which you love, and whatever of good you spend, Allah knows it well. So if you can see the SDG icon here, okay, so from the Sustainable Development Goals 2023 report highlighted that the COVID-19 pandemic has interrupted 3 decades of a steady progress of poverty reduction, with the number of people living in extreme poverty increasing for the first time in a generation. So Islamic social finance serves as a pillar or foundation to further enhance Islamic finance contribution to achieve SDG. And Islamic social finance requires close collaboration with diverse range of implementation partners and stakeholders, such as the government, the agency, state Islamic religious council, fintech companies, non-government organizations, social enterprises, and foundations. The instruments of Islamic social finance include Waqf. So Waqf plays a significant role in Islam as it conveys a sense of devotion and grace to support the socio-economic development of a society. Managing cash Waqf institution require human resources with proper educational background, professional training and certification in relation to program to ensure the effectiveness and efficiency of management. So this article proposes required skills and knowledge for managing cash Waqf by Waqf institution in Malaysia and Indonesia, as cash Waqf is the most prominent type of Waqf, owing to its flexibility and potential solutions it can provide. So from the study, we have found that there are issues and challenges in Waqf management, such as poor quality of the workforce and the lack of expertise and knowledge in assets and operational management, real estate finance that may result in underperforming Waqf asset and in low return of investment. So these issues are prominent in Malaysia and Indonesia, as there has been a resurgence of the Waqf institution in the last few decades, particularly in cash Waqf. So from the literature review, we have found that many researchers has shown interest on cash Waqf management, and then highlighted on the importance of cash Waqf manager. And also we have gone through the literatures on competency of cash Waqf manager, which highlight on the issues and the requirements of the cash Waqf manager. So this article discuss based on the knowledge, skills, and other competency model, and also 3 domains of learning, which is hope can assist parties who wants to develop a training module for cash Waqf manager. Okay, so the first item is on knowledge dimension, where cash Waqf manager should have knowledge on Sharia, rules and regulation, finance, asset and operational management. Okay, for example, in terms of remember, cash wakaf manager should be able to list out type of investment in Islamic finance, for example. Okay, and then in terms of understand, where it determine the meaning of instructional messages, cash wakaf manager should be able to explain financial management concepts in decision making. Okay, and then in terms of applying, cash wakaf manager should be able to provide solution related to Islamic finance product in compliance to the standards and rules and regulations. Okay, and then in analyzing, which include breaking material into its constituent parts and detecting how the parts relate to one another and to the overall structure of or purpose. Cash wakaf manager should be able to analyze the application of Sharia principles in wakaf instruments. Okay, and then in terms of evaluating, cash wakaf manager should be able to evaluate the performance of the investment. Okay, and then creating relate to the ability of the cash wakaf managers to integrate the investment and financing alternative in making the decision. Okay, and then in terms of psychomotor, where it includes perceptions or the ability to apply sensory information to motor activity. Okay, one of the skills maybe we can illustrate the ability to adapt to changes in technology. Okay, so in relation to perception, cash wakaf manager should be able to develop a plan that consider risk. Okay, and then if we relate that to strategic plan, for example, uh, cash wakaf manager should be able to display motivation in performing tasks, okay, in set. And then in guided responses, cash wakaf manager should be able to follow the manual, for example, in developing the plan or using latest technology. Okay, and then in mechanism, cash wakaf manager, for example, should be able to use technology after practicing on how to use it. Okay, in terms of complex overt response, for example, the ability to skillfully perform complex patterns of actions. Okay, and then in terms of adaptation, cash wakaf manager should be able to adapt to a new model of wakaf or a new technology. Okay, and then origination means creating new movement patterns for a specific situation. For example, the ability of the manager to design a new investment plan. Okay, and then we move on to affective domain, where it includes receiving, responding, valuing, organizing, and characterizing. Okay, it includes the manner of the manager. Okay, for example, the manager should be able to listen attentively to a proposal from the interested parties. Okay, and then in responding means the ability of the manager to participate in the group discussion. We can relate this to shura from the Quranic principles. Okay, and then also valuing. Okay, is the ability to see the worth of something and express it. You know, for example, maybe proposing a plan to improve the skill or supporting ideas. Okay, and then in terms of organizing, the ability to prioritize a value over another and create a unique value system. For example, spend time more on learning. Okay, and then in characterizing, for example, manager agree to accept certain proposal not for self benefit but for the benefit of others. Okay, so we can relate this to the Islamic legal maxim: the judgment is to be based on knowledge and understanding. Okay, as a conclusion, this article made a concerted effort to enhance prior studies on the qualification aspect of cash wakaf management, emphasizing the elements necessary for a competent manager. The proposed competency model is recommended to the industry player in solving critical issues of human talent in Islamic social finance. Okay, and the result of the study can provide valuable insight for the HR department in its effort to recruit cash Waqf manager, design training program, and establish effortless succession planning. Okay, uh, with that, thank you very much.